I am back again today with a new video for you. So we are presently in Montreal. We have trekked it halfway across Americas to Canada. It is an average temperature of 0 degrees Celsius, which is not something that I'm particularly used to. So we arrived last night. We're staying at this hostel called Auberge St. Paul. It's in the old port part of town. It's filled with lots of old churches and old brick buildings. It's kind of like, yeah, the historical part of town. It's snowing outside, hence why I've got like 3 pairs of socks on, 2 pairs of pants. I've got a thermal sweater, a jumper that's woolen and knitted by my grandma. I've got my puffer, my scarf. I've got a really nice pair of gloves that was given to me as a 21st birthday present. I'll show you the view from the room. Right now it is snowing. It's covered in snow. The side of the street all being cleared for the snow. Over there's a church and kind of like the back area. It's actually about 3 p.m. and we're just leaving now. We woke up earlier this morning at about 9 o'clock. Harry is really sick, so he decided he wanted to go back to sleep, so we slept, and then next thing we know it's about 3 p.m. so we kind of wasted a bit of the day. You know, I'm really going to be sick, particularly because it's so cold. I think we're planning on going ice skating, and then we're going to go to the Luminaire Light Festival. And speak of the devil, there's the man himself, Harrison Latchford. Tell us how you're feeling.
Pretty sick.
Pretty sick? Feel a little bit better after that?
Yeah, a lot better.
No. All's well that ends well, my friends.
You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do.
As promised, I am really bad at updating, so I guess I better catch you up on everything that's happened since I filmed that clip a couple days ago. We did end up walking around of Old Port. We saw the river of Montreal, and we saw the big Ferris wheel, kind of like the London Eye, or the one in Hong Kong, whatever that was called. So yeah, we're just walking around, looking at the old buildings. They've preserved the architecture there really well. In the nighttime we went to Luminotherapy, which is like this art installation. I was thinking it'd be a little bit bigger, like Vivid, you know, like a huge kind of festival. It was just one kind of little square, but it was pretty fun. Like, we couldn't work out why everyone was screaming when we approached, but then we realized that to make the people dance, you had to scream into this kids weren't getting murdered. It was actually encouraged by their parents. On the way home we went to Tim Hortons. I wrote down Tim Burton's here, but I stand corrected. According to Wikipedia and Harry, it is a Canadian icon, so we had to go try one of their hot chocolates. I had a vanilla one, it was very tasty, and then we kind of just walked home and wrapped up the day. The next day, as promised, we trekked up Mount Royal, which is the biggest mountain in Montreal. Also, fun fact, Montreal comes from Mont Royal, which it was named after, which is pretty fun. I didn't work that out till about 2 days in, and I was like, oh my god, and Harry's like, yes, I worked that out pretty quickly, so here's to me. We saw lots of squirrels, which were really cute. I've never seen a squirrel before, and they were just eating birdseed. It was really cold. It was really quite slippery. There was many instances when Harry and I thought that we might lose it, in the wise words of Fisher. On our way down, it actually started snowing, and I've never been in a place where it actually started snowing. I've been places where it snowed overnight and woken up and seen snow, but I've never been in the middle of a snow blizzard, which was pretty fun. Also not pictured was our trip to the Chinese buffet, because for $12.95 you can eat as much Chinese food as you would like. Authentic, unauthentic, it even had Western food. We had this guy sit next to us and talk to us for the entire duration of our buffet, about 2 hours. In the beginning I was kind of fine with it, but then towards the end I was kind of done talking about Nicole Kidman and where she lived and Russell Crowe. We took a brief visit to the Notre Dame Basilica in Montreal, which is actually kind of modelled off Notre Dame Basilica in France. We didn't really want to pay for the guided tour, thus we did not go inside. And at night we went to see the Fire on Ice fireworks show. We were huddled into the Old Port with about 30,000 of our closest Montreal friends. And we watched the fireworks, and then we went and had dinner at La Cage, which was the first place that we went and had dinner in. Admittedly, I had spaghetti bolognese, but Harry had a poutine, so I guess we kind of even that out. Yeah, that kind of brings me back to today. We caught the train to Quebec. We travelled about 3.5 hours from Montreal to Quebec. Quebec is significantly colder than Montreal. Currently we're sitting at -13 degrees, which is pretty cold. It was like -1 in Montreal and now it's -13 here, so yeah, this girl from Australia where we have like 49-degree weather and bushfires is not coping that well at the moment. We managed to binge on Timbits, which is also from Tim Hortons. They're like little donut balls. I chatted up the Timbits guy. I chatted up the Tim Hortons guy, and he gave us an extra bonus couple Timbits, which was an exciting development in my day. That kind of brings us to where we are now. I'll give you a bit of a demonstration. We are in the Julie Petit studio in Quebec. It literally is a micro studio, so we've got like a little loft bed, a little lounge, Harry's here, we've got a tiny little kitchenette, and then a bathroom, and that's it. This is our home for the next 4 days, and I need to eat some vegetables, so we're gonna go out and cook some food and come back and hopefully not freeze in the process. Alright, I'll speak to you soon. So you thought that I was unreliable before? Well, I'm having to feel this voiceover approximately 3 months later. It's April and I'm editing this clip, and I realized that I didn't bother to do kind of like a recount of Quebec, so here goes. First thing we did was a tour of the old fort. I have never been as cold as I was in that moment. I think it was like -17 degrees, but today's 28 degrees, so it's quite a bit of a juxtaposition than what I'm used to. We had a really cool tour guide. She was really enthusiastic and made the tour lots of fun, but I will admit I was really glad to be done with the tour, because walking around in the snow for a couple hours, you know, your feet start to hurt. So afterwards we went to kind of the old part of Quebec. Shops. It was all very much like Christmas themed. It was really cute. We tried some maple taffy, which is kind of expensive because I think we were there in like kind of a low period, but it was really tasty. Any good?
Very nice.
We also had the privilege of trying some Quebecois food. I had like a root vegetable soup, and Harry had some deer pate, which was actually really good. That was probably the best thing we ate the entire time. Quebec pie, deer meatballs, kind of everything under the sun. We went to Montmorency Falls, which was actually recommended to me by a guy I met in LA who was staying in my hostel. The waterfall was mainly frozen over, but there was so much power in kind of seeing the water spray down over the hillside, and everything was kind of frozen over, which was really cool. We went ice skating in a natural rink. Harry did awfully, and it was hilarious to watch. Although I will admit, I had a massive stack right next to the entrance and just went straight into a snowplow. finally, the real reason that we actually went to French Canada was to visit my friend Claudia, who is doing exchange for a year there, so I thought it'd be nice to kind of catch up with her. And yeah, that was kind of everything that we did in French Canada, from Montreal to Quebec. After this part, we went to Vancouver, so if you stay tuned for the next video, you'll be able to see our Vancouver adventures! Woo! Thank you guys so much for watching, for staying tuned to Sandi. I'll catch you in the next one. Like, comment and subscribe to see more of this crazy shit.